Okay, when y'all picked this up just now, it was 2 guns in the car.
Those hers or those yours?
Those are Martisha's.
Martisha's guns?
Yeah. I cannot make it make sense. Like I told you, so I went to sleep. If you want to charge me. I can't.
May 2021, Brooker, Florida. A man named Doug Heath decides to settle a personal score. He gets in his truck and he goes hunting, except he hits the wrong target. Tyrone Blocker, a 44-year-old man who had nothing to do with whatever grudge was eating at Doug Heath. Nothing at all. And now Tyrone Blocker is dead because someone else couldn't control himself. What we're going to watch today is how Doug Heath tried to talk his way out of this. Spoiler, he is not as clever as he thinks he is. The trial is still ongoing, and the evidence they've collected tells a story Heath really wishes it didn't. If you're here for the first time, go ahead and subscribe. We've got a lot to get through.
I hear your sugar's dropping. You need something to drink? What you need? What you want?
I don't care. Something. I don't care.
Like a soda?
Yeah, something. Just put my sugar. I don't care what you give me.
Okay.
Juice.
I'll go grab you something.
Blow my nose, please.
Well, we're gonna get you all like whatever thing here. I'll get some tissues, orange juice. Turn around. Let's get you a little more comfortable. Long ride out there from Levy County, huh? Is that where you were? Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately, these things aren't built for comfort.
I ain't grumble. He didn't have them too tight, so I couldn't grumble.
Right. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. Diabetic or something?
Yes, sir.
Type 1 or type 2?
I can't never remember. I take a bunch of pills. I'm close to being insulin.
Okay, so you're probably type 2 then. So you're more like insulin or what they call insulin resistant, not insulin dependent. But how old are you?
35.
How long have you had issues with the diabetes?
I don't have to count. About my kids. Like 7 years, 8 years.
7 or 8 years? Okay. So you feel like it's pretty well managed, or you have some issues with it, or?
It depends.
Right.
Like I haven't ate nothing today. I just had woke up.
Right. Okay, well, I don't know you. I'm Detective Parker. This is Detective Weitzel.
How you doing, sir?
And you're not from Alachua County, so we're largely unfamiliar, which is not necessarily a bad thing. You're from down in Marion?
Yes, sir.
Born and raised?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you go to high school at?
North Marion.
North Marion? You graduated from there?
Yes, sir.
And the Colts, huh? North Marion Colts.
Yes, sir.
Did you play ball or anything down there?
Yes, I played football.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
Did you win any state championships while you were down there?
No, sir. I didn't play my last year.
Did y'all get close?
I think they did.
Yeah? Because, I mean, everybody kind of, North Marion's kind of synonymous with being really good at football around
That
these
was
parts.
after me.
Okay.
After my time.
So you laid the groundwork and then they got really good at it?
Yes, sir.
So basically good deal. Well,
Go ahead.
lay you down?
Yeah. No problem.
Okay. So let me just be very forward with you. Do you know why you're here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something went on after I had an argument with somebody.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And that's kind of, what we want to talk about when we get your side of the story. But I want to know a little bit more about you first. 'Cause like I said, I don't know about you. Born and raised, Ocala, Marion County, graduated from North Marion. Any other secondary education after that?
No.
Okay. What's your occupation?
I don't have one right now.
Okay.
My toe got cut off. I have neuropathy, like I'm real.
From being diabetic?
Yes.
But I mean, now you say it's pretty well under control, though. For the most part.
It's time for me to go to the doctor. Last time he told me it was going that way. Sometimes it goes that way 1 month. Well, every 3 months. Sometimes it don't. I don't stop the time.
Right. What do you do? What you're supposed to do as far as diet and all that stuff, or no? You just
I try my best.
Right, but it's tough, right? I mean, you tell somebody they can't have something. First thing you do, you run and you're like, I want that so much more. So I can appreciate that. It's my understanding you were running with Jasmine Miller or Jasmine Webb. Sorry, that's wrong.
I wasn't running. I got word.
Not running. I mean, you were picked up around in her proximity. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I heard people was looking to kill me.
Okay.
And my mother and my kids, so I protected them and left. What I'm supposed to do, stay.
Okay.
I heard people looking for me in Tampa, Reddick, all over Marion County, so
good Lord.
I had to go where my family would be okay.
Right. I got you. And I can definitely appreciate that. You said you got a few kids, right? All that stuff, so you are a family man. I imagine how unsettling that must be to know that, you know, there's potentially somebody making threats on your life and worried about what they might do to get after you.
All right, so right out the gate, we're getting the full Doug Heath experience. The small talk about football and diabetes and North Marion Colts. The detectives are playing nice, and Doug is leaning into it like this is a casual catch-up. But here's what you need to know about Doug Heath. This is not a man with a clean slate. He's got a history of erratic behavior in his community, minor legal issues before this. And now he's sitting here talking about how people were looking to kill him, so he had to protect his family. The man who allegedly shot into a vehicle and killed an innocent person is framing himself as the victim. That's the play. That's always going to be the play with this guy.
I understand today was probably a bit of a whirlwind for you.
Like I told them yesterday, I told my mom yesterday when y'all came to my house, give me a call and I would come see y'all. Y'all had to come through all that.
Right. Well,
but yeah, it was crazy.
A lot of moving parts, you know, not every, sometimes, you know, it's the government and not everybody's on the same page, miscommunication and stuff, you know, but on the same token, you could have reached out to us if you knew we were looking for you. Maybe we could.
I didn't know y'all was looking for me. I've been watching the news.
Oh, okay.
I
Gotcha.
don't know you were looking for me.
Right, but showing up at your house, you knew something was going on.
You haven't been to my house. From what I understand, you haven't been to my house yet.
Okay, but didn't you say somebody had shown up?
No, people told me.
Oh, people told
looking
you
for me. No,
I got
my
you.
understanding, me talking to my mom, the police has not been to my house.
Gotcha.
So I don't know you're looking for me. If you don't,
fair enough.
You haven't reached out to somebody.
Fair enough. That I misunderstood what you said. I apologize. I can't help but notice you have a significant amount of artwork on your arms. Mm-hmm. Some of it, this is the one up here, a lot of detail to it. Mm-hmm. Who does your work?
A guy named Adam. Cody did this part. Adam did this part. Cody did this one. Adam did this one. I went to a tattoo shop, and it's a girl in Gainesville named Charlene did the rest of it.
Okay.
Oh, somebody else did this one.
So kind of an assortment of different.
These are my kids.
Janae,
Jayla, and Doug Jr. And this is Jasmine's name. And this is a crying angel over a tombstone with demons. And these are all my kids and my old lady's signs.
And so, with Jasmine, like, who is Jasmine to you?
That's my kid's mother.
Okay. Would you classify your relationship currently as ongoing or on the outs? We're
ongoing.
Okay. Because, I mean, I know sometimes, you know, you have kids with someone, things change, things are off and on again, but, I mean, that's... Would you call her a girlfriend? What would you call her?
Girlfriend.
I mean, not to throw labels on it, but okay. Yeah. So girlfriend.
If you want to call it.
Mother of your children, all that stuff.
However you want to call it.
And how long have you all been together?
14, 15 years.
Okay. And so, tell me about what you were feeling today when you saw her get picked up.
What the fuck going on?
Right.
Like, we already heard about it. Heard about it that day. Mm-hmm. Like I told everybody, I don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Because I wasn't there. But, I don't know. Like, it's crazy. Like I told him. Like I told him at the thing. Like I just told y'all, I would come tell myself and ain't no pressure.
Right.
I ain't do nothing.
Okay. Well, then why... I guess maybe this. Tell me what you've heard and why is your name or her name and all that stuff coming up? What's the explanation for that?
I got an argument with this guy over the phone. The night before, the day of. I've got plenty of arguments with this guy.
Okay. And who's this guy?
I don't know.
That's his nickname?
Yeah,
I assume not his.
I don't know.
Okay, so you know him by smoke. Got it.
I've seen it on Facebook. I seen him call him Derek. I don't know his full name.
Okay.
I got an argument with him about him keep calling her and bothering her. He said it was her. I told him, listen, just stop. Oh, you pretty out, mother. Do this, that. Listen, dog, I didn't call you for that.
Okay, so let me get straight before you get too far. So he reaches out, like he's...
No, let me rephrase. I guess she texted him or whatever. It has been some ongoing stuff, so I called him kind of asked him to stop.
Okay.
No, I got mad and I texted him. This is my phone number. This is my address. If you want to talk to me, you
come see me.
Yes.
Okay.
The next day he called her phone. I called him back and I was like, listen, I gave you my number. If you want to chop it over me, chop it over me.
Right, but don't keep going back to that, right?
Me and him get in an argument. He say this, I say this. He keeps calling me, and I pretty much just got quiet and let him talk.
Mm-hmm. Seems awful disrespectful on his part.
Yeah, I mean, like, but I just left it alone because it wasn't the first time we got in an argument.
Right.
We got an argument a couple months before he talked about my kids. I mean, it's just an argument.
So what's this guy's deal? Like, why?
Well, him and Jasmine used to be a thing. They broke up for a couple months. I guess they was a thing.
And he just wouldn't let it go?
I guess. I don't know. I was caught in the middle. I don't know. I mean, like I say, we've been in play.
What about her and her role in it? I mean, was she, I don't want to say fan of the flames, but was she doing anything to discourage it?
And there it is. 14, 15 years with Jasmine, and he's got her name tattooed on his chest, next to a crying angel over 2 demons. The symbolism writes itself. But what's really happening here is Doug trying to redirect. He's painting this other guy, Smoke, as the aggressor, the one who wouldn't stop calling, the one who talked about his kids. Classic move. Make the victim of your jealousy sound like the threat. Except Doug's the one who texted his address with a "come see me." That's not a man being harassed. That's a man issuing an invitation he fully intended to answer himself.
I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her part. I don't know her part.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know. So I can't tell you that. Like, I just know when I look at her phone, I see his number, and I'll call him and say, like, hey, what's the beef? What's the problem?
Right.
Last thing I heard, he texted something about not right now, but I'm gonna get you like that. I'm gonna take care of you. Something like that. I don't know. It was in her phone.
Okay.
It got deleted. I don't know. That's all I
She
heard.
deleted it out of her phone?
I guess that's the last thing I know.
But you saw it?
No, she told me about it.
She told you about it. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, that seems kind of threatening, though, doesn't it? I mean...
Oh, no, it was like, it ain't gonna be today, but give me a few... I don't know. You have to ask her.
Okay.
She tell you about it. But other than that, we had an argument.
Right.
Next thing I know, what y'all just did in Brooker. I don't even know where Brooker at. Can't really tell you what this guy looked like besides his Facebook picture.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So after that, I got word that people were looking for me to hurt me, so I left.
Right. Well, I mean, just as an outsider, kind of like looking in, okay, you got issues with this guy, something happens with him. I mean, it would make sense that you would be on the short list of people, that we'd at least want to talk to, right?
No pressure.
Right.
Like I said, I was waiting on y'all to contact me.
Right. Gotcha.
But y'all contact me a whole another way, but
right.
No big deal.
Let me ask you this. You said when they showed up today, they'd woken you up. Like,
no, they hadn't woken me up.
I just
had got out of bed. I was going to get something to eat.
Okay. But you've had plenty of sleep and all that stuff. You're not like, you haven't been like staying up for hours on end because,
no.
I mean, I can only imagine being, I don't want to say scared because scared's not the word I'm looking for, but living like that kind of where you're worried that somebody's coming after you or all the other stuff. I mean, that's got to be pretty unsettling.
Where I was, the people who were looking for me, I heard was not looking for me.
Mm-hmm.
From where I was, my mom and my kids were safe.
Okay. So you took care of your priorities and stuff?
Why would I be worried, scared? I didn't do anything.
I mean, it's just, I said I didn't want to say scared. I guess as long as you got your priorities handled, it's one thing. But still, I mean, a little unsettling that people might want to do you harm, right?
I heard people want to do me harm before. I just disappeared for a few days and came back.
Notice how he can't keep his story straight for 30 seconds. He saw the threatening text in her phone. No, wait, she told him about it. No, wait, she deleted it. No, wait, ask her. Doug's memory is remarkably selective for a man who claims he had nothing to do with what happened in Brooker. And here's what really stands out. He says he disappeared for a few days because people were looking for him. But phone records and vehicle tracking data place him at that crime scene. You don't flee from danger you created. You flee from consequences.
Do you know this individual right there? Does that look like Smoke?
Not me.
Okay. That's not Smoke. That's Smoke's good buddy. Well, I say like childhood friend. He was, I guess now, a traveling respiratory therapist, a father of 2 that I know of. I think it was 2. I have to go back and look at 5. Was it 5? Okay, two that, okay, maybe it was 2 that had come forward and all that stuff. So this is a guy he's no longer with us, okay? And he's got family members who are wondering, what happened to him. So we're trying to do the best job we can do.
Figure out what happened.
Try to figure out what happened and try to work through it. So, and what's really puzzling about the whole thing is this guy, much unlike our buddy Smoke, was genuinely regarded by everybody as a very likable, fun-loving guy, didn't have any enemies, was trying to do right, take care of his family, was actually traveling to pick up shifts in different places so he could take care of his 5 kids. 5 kids that are now without their
5 kids. Tyrone Blocker was a traveling respiratory therapist, working extra shifts across the state to provide for his wife and 5 children. The detective laying that out isn't just giving background, he's drawing a line between 2 lives. On one side, you have Doug Heath, erratic and jealous and convinced the world owes him answers. On the other, you have a man his entire community described as genuinely good. No enemies, no drama, just a father trying to do right. And now, those 5 kids are growing up without him, because Doug couldn't tell the difference between his target and an innocent man driving home.
Okay, so you stayed at her house, and then you went to your brother's house, and then...
I seen y'all.
Okay, and then, that's your brother's house that you were at? Okay, it was where they found, because I have no idea where they found it. Okay. So Monday. Take me through your day on Monday.
Monday?
Take me,
I'm gonna give you my day.
Okay.
I woke up probably about 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I walked outside and smoked. Was it 10? I'm out of 8. I don't remember technically.
I mean,
I'm out of 8. I came back outside. I smoked. Then at some point, Jasmine was like, "Oh shit," and threw her phone down. I called Smoke. We argued.
Okay.
I went to my girlfriend's house.
Okay, so you had a little dust up with Smoke.
Maybe.
Via text messaging, phone calls?
I called her. And maybe
called him from your phone or Jasmine's phone?
Jasmine's phone.
Okay.
And I told him pretty much bro, stay out of my life, because now he's bringing in number 2 into the situation. I don't know how he knows about her. Well, I was on Facebook, but I should have did this. Listen, bro, I know you did all that. I know y'all had sex. I know y'all was in the camp. I know you did this. All this stuff you're trying to tell me to make me mad. Jasmine told me, so why are you telling me again?
So it's he's kind of
he's kind of yeah, but
twisting the knife on you for whatever reason.
It's the second or third argument, so it's not it's bothering me.
Okay.
Because the one that bothered me when he talked about my kids.
Right.
That was one argument. That was the
that
first
should be universally regarded.
That was the
that's
first
all
argument. That was the first argument. So this doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told him, listen, bro, just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'm going to do this. Listen, bro, just stop. Oh, you're a pretty eye pink. What you want to you keep talking about my eyes. What, you want to have sex with me? You gay?
Right.
This is my words.
You said it to him, gotcha. Yeah. Just kind of going back at him.
I said that long after this, and I hung up. I said, listen, I'm going to go to her house. You coming, bother me, whatever. I left.
Okay, so you go
to her house.
2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then where's Jasmine at?
She showed up probably 10, 20 minutes later. I went to sleep.
Okay.
Because sometimes my blood pressure was up then, so I took medicine and went to sleep.
So let me ask you this. So you go over to number 2's house.
Uh-huh.
Jasmine, you say, follows behind 10 minutes later. You say you took some medication, kind of puts you out of it, so you start falling asleep.
I don't know what happened.
And so then after that, you don't know what happened. So
I wake up to phone calls. Oh, what's going on? Huh? Oh, this just happened. What? I'm asleep. I'm home. Not where home at, but I'm home. What's the problem?
So people start reaching out to you that night?
Yeah, I guess that happened.
Okay, and they reached out to you on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
What's your phone number? She said,
which I don't have a phone with me right now, but that's my phone number.
Where's your phone at?
I left my phone. That's why I gave it to Jasmine. She gave them to somebody to hold.
Okay, so
at this point, I know people. I watch enough TV to people, not just the police can track you by your phone.
Right.
And I don't know. I just heard it was this, that, and other people looking for me to make me safe.
So you gave it to Jasmine to do something with, just so you wouldn't be tracked down by people that mean you harm.
Yes.
Fair?
And like I said, I contact my mother every day. The police been there looking for me. So when they come, get in the car, and I will call them.
Right.
I just talked to her yesterday.
Okay, let's rewind back to Monday. So,
Okay, yeah, I wake up to everybody calling, talking about, oh, cuz they said you did this. I did what? Cuz I don't know where Brooker at. I don't know how to get back there in Brooklyn. I just say I don't know where Brooker at, but I don't know where that is at. Yeah, cuz it's hard to find. I lose. Yeah, okay, click. Then Jasmine calls like, oh, people say we was in Brooker. What you mean? Like, I'm sleep, dog.
do you know? I know because you said you had medication and went to sleep and all that stuff. But what kind of time period are we working with where Jasmine's unaccounted for, and she may or may not have had access to all your vehicles?
I went to sleep. Well, I woke up. I'm trying to remember the times. I woke up about 2, 3 o'clock. Argued with him. I might have got to the house about 4. Might have fell asleep around 4:35, maybe earlier.
So he gave his phone to Jasmine for safety. Let that sink in. A man who claims he was asleep when Tyrone Blocker was shot somehow knows he needs to avoid being tracked. Phone records and vehicle data already place Heath near the crime scene that night. He's not hiding from danger. He's hiding from evidence. And that whole rehearsed timeline? Woke up at 3, smoked, argued, took medicine, fell asleep by 4:30. It's a performance. The gaps are where the truth lives. Jasmine unaccounted for with access to his vehicle? That's not an alibi. That's a setup for reasonable doubt he's building in real time.
Okay.
About 6:30, 7 o'clock, my phone started ringing, maybe 8, somewhere in there.
Okay. So pretty.
From 4:30 to 7:30, I would say maybe. I'm not.
Okay, when you get, so let me ask you this.
Let me tell you this. I don't know what time they came and picked me up. I don't know what time it is right now.
Right.
I don't keep up with
Okay, time's not, okay.
So I don't, like I told you, I didn't know what the day was. I thought it was Wednesday. Is the day Wednesday?
Thursday. Okay.
So I don't keep up with time, but that's what I believe because I normally wake up around 3.
Okay. So just going on,
I know I got to her house. She had just got her kids from school, so that's 3:30ish, maybe 4.
And her house is close to your house?
10, 15 minutes.
Okay. So not like driving across the world.
No, 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, I was there this morning, from what I hear.
This right here is textbook disorientation theater. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what day it is. Heath wants detectives to believe he's just some confused guy who can't keep track of basic facts. But here's the thing. When you're genuinely confused, you don't narrate your confusion this thoroughly. You don't explain the logic of your estimates while claiming you can't estimate. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's building plausible deniability for every inconsistency that's about to surface. The man who supposedly can't remember Thursday from Wednesday remembered to ditch his phone before the shooting.
And so then your phone starts ringing.
Yeah, phone goes off the chain.
When your phone starts ringing, who's with you? If you look around, is Jasmine there?
I was in bed by myself.
Okay, so you're all by yourself.
Yeah, by the time I come outside, everybody was gone.
Okay,
so I don't know.
So it's just you there.
It was just me there.
Did you start reaching out trying to find out where everybody was?
No, they called me like after the phone started ringing.
Okay, so other people are calling you and Jasmine's calling you too?
Yeah, they called me and I was like, something just went on in Brooker. They said we did it. We? Who? Me and you. I don't know where Brooker at. And by saying where Brooker at is where the actual...
Right, like you're familiar with Brooker because you passed through
it, but don't
but you have no idea where they're talking about specifically.
I just know it's a store and it's a little train. I think it's at a schoolhouse. It's a tractor built out of wood. I think that's Brooker. It could be lacrosse.
Right.
Whichever way it all brings to Lake Bubble. But
Okay.
I've been through Brooker, but actually tell you where a...
Specific houses and Brooker.
I can't do that.
It'd be
dog.
tough. Gotcha.
No, can't do that. So that's why I say don't wear Brooker. But I'm saying Brooker because of the
Okay, when's the next time, after all that, after this barrage of calls and all that stuff, that you see Jasmine?
Probably 20, 30 minutes later.
So 20, 30 minutes later, she shows up where you're at? At number two's house? Okay, does she show up? Is she in a panic? Is she whatever? Do you know what vehicle she's showing up there in?
No, because I haven't came out the house yet. See, at number 2, okay. At my house, I don't smoke in my house.
Okay.
At number 2's house, I can do pretty much
Whatever you want. Right.
So I don't really move at number 2's house. When I wake up, I smoke. I go back to sleep if
Okay.
I'm not doing something. So no, I hadn't moved yet. I haven't been outside. I don't even know if number 2 was there.
Okay.
I know I was there.
You were there. You wake up. Pretty sure nobody else is there.
Well,
Maybe 30 minutes
they
pass
might be
by.
outside because like number 2's mom stays next door.
Okay.
So I don't know who, what, when, what.
So maybe 30 minutes goes by. Jasmine shows up. Or she's there. I don't know. I don't want to say shows up, but she's there.
I see her.
You see her. Nothing out of the ordinary with her.
No, she just came. Everybody keep calling her phone talking about, I guess the guy name's Tevin.
The Percocet defense. That's a new one. Heath just rattled off more drug references than actual facts about where he was or who he was with. And here's what's wild. When detectives ask about Jasmine showing up after the shooting, he can't say if she arrived or was already there. I don't know if she shows up, but she's there. That's not confusion from Percocets. That's a man trying to avoid placing himself or Jasmine anywhere specific at any specific time. Because specifics create evidence. Vagueness creates wiggle room.
Tyrone.
A guy named Tevin got shot. 6'3" got hit. Like who the 6'3"? I never heard. I don't know him or Tevin.
Mm-hmm. So a nickname was 6'3".
6'3" or something, and then she was like, "That's something they call smoke." Okay, whatever. I don't know. I say, well.
So 6'3".
6'3". They said somebody got shot and went to the hospital.
Okay.
Don't ask me.
But 6'3" is not smoke. Smoke's not 6'3".
I don't know. I guess it is. She said that's some. I guess that's what they call it. Don't ask me.
Okay.
I don't know.
6'3" got shot. Okay.
After that, we stayed at her house that night. The next morning, I got work. People was looking for me, and I left.
Okay.
We all left.
And at that point, you left. You were with Jasmine. You know about her whereabouts. She was with you throughout.
She left with me, and we've been way up hours.
Okay. And number 2 did not come around.
So she took me to meet my brother and dropped me off.
When's the first time you recall seeing number 2 after all this? After Monday night, after you see Jasmine 30 minutes later, you say you don't know if number 2 is there or not.
Number 2, I seen her before I seen Jasmine. I seen her like maybe 10, 15 minutes after I got up.
Does she know you call her number 2, or is this like?
I'm doing that in here.
Okay, gotcha. I was just wondering, like,
no, we're all equal.
They might. I was gonna say they might give it like, she's number 1, I'm number 2, but you're just doing that.
I'm keeping the differences from. You could stay on the same page with me because he's not talking to me; he's listening to me.
I appreciate it. Okay, I got you. Okay, I'm just.
So if I just say her and her, you'd be like, well, which one is her?
Right.
So number 1, number 2.
Well, number 2's got a name, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to tell me her name?
You probably already know it. You tell me her name.
But this guy, he's a thinker. He's a thinker. You're pretty sharp cat, aren't you? You're pretty smart. Kind of.
I'm not smart. I'm just doing.
You figure things out. So, no, I recognize when people got a good head on their shoulders and they know. I don't want to say.
Put it this way. I know you know number 2's name because it's the only way you could have found me.
Right. Okay.
So, if you want to tell me her name, then we'll start going by names.
Okay. Let's try Martisha. How about that?
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I know who Martisha is. Martisha now has a name, and she's no longer number 2. We don't have to call her number 2.
Number 1 and number 2. He's literally assigning code names to the women in his life, like he's running a covert operation. And now we finally get a real name, Martisha. But here's what caught me. When the detective calls him a sharp cat and a thinker, Heath almost lights up. He wants credit for being clever. Meanwhile, this clever man just admitted he fled Brooker the morning after Tyrone Blocker was shot because people were looking for him. Innocent people don't run. People who pulled triggers do.
I don't know what you gentlemen were talking about, but I did want to clarify something. Earlier you said you got a couple vehicles that you drive. What are those vehicles?
I got a Nissan Titan. I have a Chevy Avalanche. I have a GMC Envoy. She has a Toyota Celica.
Okay, I'm looking here on DHSMV, and I'm only showing 2 vehicles registered to you.
Yeah, that's you asked what did I drive? You didn't say what was registered.
Oh, okay. Okay, so there's a GMC Envoy that you drive that's not registered to you. Who owns that vehicle?
That's in Jasmine's name. Well, it wasn't her name till it might. That one kind of complicated.
We got time. Explain it to me.
It's in Jasmine's name.
Okay.
But I don't drive it far, like maybe 2-3 minutes of the road. It's not tagged. But
Okay.
Ask me what I drive.
Farm use, like
Yeah, pretty much.
I got you. I got you. You live out in the country. Trust me, I understand that more than you know. Okay.
Yeah, so
So what car do you primarily drive out of those?
I drive the GMC, not the GMC, the Avalanche, the Chevy.
Okay. And is there a particular reason why you drive the Avalanche the most versus?
I like a Chevy more than I like the Nissan.
Okay. That Nissan's a gas hog, ain't it? Is it a Titan?
They drive the same.
Oh, that's all I've heard
But
about.
I just, okay, put it this way. I put gas in here once a week. I put gas in here once a week.
Right.
Gas is so high, there's no need to complain. You put gas in and go.
Right.
So I can't, it doesn't get drove as much as the other, so it doesn't work out that way.
Right. So if just on the off chance, if you were driving a vehicle, chances are it would be the Avalanche.
Yes.
Now we're playing the vehicle guessing game. 4 cars. A Nissan Titan, a Chevy Avalanche, a GMC Envoy, and a Toyota Celica. But only 2 are registered to him. The Envoy? That's in Jasmine's name. And here's where it gets interesting. Witness reports from the night Tyrone Blocker was killed describe a black pickup truck. Heath just casually confirmed he primarily drives the Avalanche. A Chevy Avalanche is a black pickup truck. He's sitting there chatting about gas prices while slowly confirming he had access to the exact type of vehicle seen at the crime scene.
In the car with Martisha, her car, which is what?
Kia.
A Kia. Okay, so you ride in her Kia. Jasmine's not with you. Where is Jasmine? At your house? Jasmine is at your house with all the vehicles at her disposal. Okay. And then you go to Martisha's house. Jasmine shows up at Martisha's house in a vehicle.
She was in her car.
In her car. She was in the Celica.
Later, I checked, and my truck wasn't there either. So, I don't know.
Your truck meaning your Avalanche or your Titan?
My Titan.
Okay, so the Titan wasn't there. When did you discover that the Titan wasn't there?
After all the bullshit.
So after all the calls, after all that stuff, you go back to your house and realize.
All I gotta do is call home.
So you call home and they tell you your Titan's gone. So question, where's your Titan now? Do you know where it's at now, or is it?
I have not.
Because your Avalanche is accounted for.
Yes.
Your Titan is MIA. What about Jasmine's Celica? Where's that at?
Last time I seen it was at Martisha's house.
Okay, so it was at Martisha's house
When we left.
when you left to go.
Yeah, I had to take me to meet my brother.
Okay.
Now, he was in it. Oh, she asked somebody to come get it. I don't know.
So have you reported, is the Titan still missing?
I don't know. I haven't asked about it.
Okay, I was going to say, I mean, I would.
That's the last thing on my mind.
Okay, but it.
The first thing was on my mind. So, like, honestly, I was going home last night to look after my mom and my kids, so y'all wouldn't find where y'all found me. Like, that's the last thing that's on my mind is where that truck is.
Gotcha. Okay. But the last you knew, it was not where you parked it.
It was not in the yard, no.
Right. Okay. And where it should have been where you left it.
Yeah. So I asked him a question. Can I ask you one?
You can ask me any questions you want. I'm open book.
You asked me a lot about her.
Right.
Why am I here?
Why are you here?
Pretty much.
Because you're involved in a relationship with her, and your Titan is right there. So here's the dilemma we're into. Okay. Here's your Titan, and you're telling me you don't know where your Titan's at, and you also don't know her whereabouts during that time. So we're trying to figure out, like, why that is. Why, I mean, I guess, simply put, does the possibility exist that Jasmine could have used your truck? Because that's your truck, right?
It look like it, but there's a lot of them that looks like my truck.
Okay, but
I can't tell my truck unless I really look at the back window.
Okay, so what's on the back window? Is there something like special about the back window?
Yeah, I got a buddy who does arts and craft.
Okay.
I got a big FSU thing on the back of my truck. Yeah, I'm a Florida State. It's one of my other trucks.
And you wear
my kids.
Kentucky thing.
No,
You said
I have niece and nephew that's are in Kentucky that's going to college. So this is it's a deep place. But listen, if we're not playing each other, I'm a Gator fan. So you gotta
I was gonna say, 'cause you gotta know
catch me at a Gator game or two. So you gotta let me know where we at right now.
Right. Well, just good deal.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't. I seen plenty of trucks that like I look online. I found a truck online.
Right.
I found it for steal.
Okay.
The next day I found the exact same truck for cheaper. So yes, it looks like my truck.
Okay.
If you can show me the back window, I can tell you yes or no.
Right. We gotta go. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know. I'd have to probably go through the video. Well, I mean, I guess that's pretty good. Hey. You mean like that?
No, that's not FSU. It's a FSU. With the words F.
You got a picture of your truck?
I don't take pictures of my trucks. To be honest with you, no. I never took a picture of my truck.
So
none of my vehicles.
Okay.
Unless I'm selling them.
Right. Oh, that's good. That being good. Whatever.
Oh, so now the Titan is missing. Convenient. Heath claims he doesn't know where his own truck is and can't account for Jasmine's whereabouts during the shooting. But investigators already have surveillance footage and vehicle tracking data linking that Titan to the crime scene. He's sitting there pretending he can't identify his own truck without seeing the back window decal. A grown man who drives this vehicle daily suddenly needs an FSU sticker to recognize it. The detective just showed him footage of his truck at the scene, and he's debating college football allegiances.
So you're saying that that's not your truck in that surveillance?
I can't tell you that. The picture's not clear enough.
Okay.
I'm just saying I've seen other trucks like my truck.
What if I told you and you said before that there were concerns? You said, I think you mentioned specifically that that people could have found you by your phone, right? So you would know that as investigators we would employ that same kind of thing. So what if I told you that Jasmine's phone was in the area of the homicide? What if I told you that? What would that do to you?
You do a lot of shit. Like, she living on my house. I mean, she could. I don't know. Like, I don't know where mine's at, so I can't tell you.
Well, but I mean, I'm saying maybe let's just take it a step further at a very specific time.
It could have. I don't know.
I mean, that's a mess, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of mess that
So
I'm entangled in because I can't.
Right, and I'm telling you that vehicle captured on surveillance footage looks very similar, if not identical, to your truck, from what I know of it. And you mean to tell me
No.
That the real possibility exists that Jasmine pulled this whole thing off in this time period in which you're out of it, and since then she has not made any disclosures to you whatsoever. Okay, because you understand, if nothing else, there's the possibility exists. So let's just run with it for a minute. That Jasmine did this.
Look, from what you're saying, it looks like a dog. No, what is it? Quacks like a duck. Looks like looks like a duck. Quacks like a duck.
Right, probably a duck. Right.
If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck. The detective just handed him the oldest truth test in the book, and Heath still couldn't pass it. Now he's floating Jasmine as a possible shooter. The same woman he claims to love so much he tattooed her name across his chest. This is what desperation looks like when the walls close in. Phone records, timestamps, vehicle footage, everything aligned. And Tyrone Blocker is still gone, because this man couldn't tell the difference between his target and an innocent father driving home.
All right.
I don't know where her head is.
Does Jasmine have access to firearms? Was she? Because I'm still trying to wrap my head around, like.
Okay, when y'all picked this up just now, it was 2 guns in the car.
Was hers or those yours?
Those are Martisha's.
Martisha's guns.
Yeah.
Oh, this gets real complicated now. So you got Martisha's guns.
Well, I have to protect my family.
Okay.
I'm not a convicted felon, so
Right.
I should be able to be around Burma all I want.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, therefore, it was there from where I was, safety.
Right. Okay. What kind of guns are we talking about?
It's not an AR. What's the other one? It's like an AR, but it got the rod instead of the gas. An AA.
And
It's not an AR. It's not an AR-15. It's just like it. It's something 15, but it's not an AR. It's different. Okay.
but similar to an AR.
How y'all the police and y'all don't know?
I've never heard of it.
An AR has a gas chamber that releases the bullet, right?
You know more about guns than I do.
Okay,
Okay.
It's a piston. Is it a piston?
This one has a piston that releases the bullet. It doesn't have the gas.
Okay.
It's not an AR, but it's
An
just
AK?
I think it's no, because it looks like AR. I think it's an AA.
AA. An AA-15?
Yeah, something like that.
And is it like a rifle, like an AR?
Yeah, it looks like
Or
an
is
AR.
it
but
shorter?
No, it looks like an AR, but it's not. And it was a 40, a Smith & Wesson 40. We just got it 2 weeks ago, a week ago.
Okay. Okay. And
That's all the guns I knew I put in the car.
right. And that was just because of all the hubbub around here recently.
Yeah, it has to be safe.
So
The
would
family has to be safe.
would Jasmine have had access to
Martisha's guns?
Martisha's
No.
guns before?
Like that?
Yeah, that's that.
Just like that?
Something like that.
That looks like an AR.
But it's not. That's not AR, is it?
I mean, maybe I'm oversimplifying.
AA-15.
See, told you. It's not AR.
Adam's AA-15. And the only difference is it's like a piston versus a gas something. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never heard of one before.
Okay, but Martisha had those guns.
No, Jasmine couldn't get the Martisha.
Jasmine could not get to Martisha's guns. So is there any way that Jasmine could have procured gun or guns to be able to shoot somebody? Which is essentially what she's being accused of.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, what's the yeah part of it then?
You know, just like I know anybody get a gun.
Right. Well, did you know that she had a gun is what I'm saying.
No, but
So you've never seen her with a gun?
Not besides mine. But this is the thing of yeah and no. I don't know how much money she had either.
Right. She said besides yours, you have guns too?
I had the Smith & Wesson 45. Martisha bought it for me.
Okay, the one that's in the car.
Yes.
Okay. So that's your gun.
Yes.
The AA-15 is Martisha's gun. Okay, and you had both of them, but Jasmine would not have had access to those.
I just got those.
She would have had access to the vehicles, just not a gun.
Yeah, there were no guns at my house.
And you've never seen her with a gun? Have you ever seen her shoot a gun? She know, is she familiar with a gun?
Let me think.
Have you ever been shooting with her?
I haven't shot the new gun, that 45, the 40.
Yeah.
It's gonna come, it hasn't been fired yet. So,
Okay.
yes, we have been shooting.
Before, so
Yeah.
she's familiar with guns, all the other stuff.
Handguns.
So it's not like shooting a gun would be completely foreign to her.
Now he's playing gun expert. An AA-15. That's not a real firearm. Heath just invented a weapon that doesn't exist while trying to explain why Jasmine couldn't have accessed Morticia's guns. Here's what matters. He admits she's familiar with firearms. She's been shooting with him before. But somehow, we're supposed to believe she had zero access to any weapon that night. Meanwhile, in Brooker, the community held vigils for Tyrone Blocker, while this man sat in an interrogation room, manufacturing fantasy rifles and pointing fingers at everyone except himself.
Because we still got to answer this question as to why. I mean, her biggest issue is the fact that it looks like your truck is up there, and her cell phone potentially is bad news for her. Is there any reason why your cell phone would have been up in that area?
It was in my truck. I have 2 or 3 phones.
Okay, but the one you...
Yeah, that's my main number. Yes.
Is that the one you answered at the house when you started getting the barrage of phone calls?
No.
You were separated from that?
It wasn't there. I got my...
So do you have it now? Because it's the number you gave me, so...
That's the number I get. That's my normal phone number. I do not have that phone.
So
the number that I have is a new phone.
Okay, so if
I got tired of people calling me.
So that number doesn't exist. So if I tried to call you on this number, I couldn't get you on this number?
No, it's not here. It's not with me. It's in Ocala.
It's in Ocala. Okay.
Yeah. The best number to call me from right this second I can give you is my brother's number, because I don't even know my number. I can give you my mom's cell phone.
What's your brother's number?
No. I got one question.
What?
Y'all finish me? What y'all doing with me?
We got to be finished with you first.
I know, but 9 out of 10, hypothetically 50-50. Y'all taking me back where y'all got me from, I guess about to come get me.
I do not know the answer to that because we're still trying to figure this out. We appreciate you coming down.
I'm just saying, that's why I could give you a better number if you could tell me that 50-50.
What? So, because I need this point, because he said that's your number.
Yeah, that's my number.
And if it was up in that area, it was in your truck, is what you're saying.
Like, when me and Jasmine argue, she takes my phone. That's the phone that is in her name.
Okay.
It's the only phone she can't take from me.
Okay. So it's like on her account or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so she gets mad at you, she takes it. So on the Monday, back to Monday.
I did not have that phone.
You did not have that phone, and you don't know where that phone is at?
From what she says is with her phone.
It's with her phone, and she hasn't told you where her phone's at. And so now, here's kind of a dilemma. We have a possibly missing truck, a possibly missing phone of Jasmine's, and a possibly missing phone.
3 phones. He's got 3 phones and somehow can't produce a single one that matters. The phone linked to his name, the one cell tower data would place near Brooker that night, is conveniently in Ocala. Or with Jasmine. Or maybe she took it when they argued. The story shifts every 10 seconds. Here's the thing about phone records in Florida homicide cases. They don't care which device you're holding. They track the number. And that number was active near the scene when Tyrone Blocker was killed. Heath knows this. That's why he suddenly got a brother's number and a mother's cell and every contact except the one investigators actually need.
Oh, he said he was going to take Kel's later, not today. Okay, well, where was he at? He is Monday. He supposed to be with his kids and his baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're talking about, this is smoke?
Yes.
Okay.
So, when she told me all that, that tells me, okay, she probably been pillow weekend, shopping, getting something.
Okay.
Just away from me.
Right.
So, I can't not tell you, like I said, when she gets mad at me, she takes my phone. She tries to take all my cars. Like, I just cannot go with that. You see what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
I heard so much things. It's a video, it's this, it's that. I don't know what's about.
I'm going to read you an excerpt of a statement that was given to us.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me what it what it does for you, what makes you think. I was sitting on my front porch. A person in a black truck passed by with black wheels, and because he was the first to come by, that is what got my attention. He drove to the end of the lane and turned around and stopped. Turned around, I heard loud voices, but I did not see anyone. Then I heard loud gunshots, multiple shots, 8 or more. Then he started by toward me, and I stood to take cover for my safety because he was driving fast back up the dirt road. What's missing there?
She.
Yeah.
I can't read. We got.
I could only see a black man with a beard. But the truck did have a black bed cover. So now, your truck, your phone. Now we're talking your description.
How? I'm light skinned. Black. It's black.
You got a beard.
Jasmine got a beard?
Right, I mean the he. So now we got to explain who's this male driving your truck. But it's not you.
A witness just gave police a physical description. Black man with a beard, driving a black truck with a bed cover. Heath is light-skinned. So now investigators are asking the obvious question: who else was behind the wheel of your vehicle that night? And watch his face when it lands. He's got nothing. No explanation for why someone matching a different description was seen in his truck near Brooker right before Tyrone Blocker was shot. The alibi isn't just crumbling, it's actively incriminating him.
So make that make sense.
I cannot make it make sense. Like I told you, so I went to sleep. If you want to charge me. I cannot make it make sense to
and
you.
Here's the thing. Like, in talking to you, like, you don't seem like a bad dude. Okay, I mean, when I say bad dude, like, I mean, you may be, like, bad on the streets, but you just don't seem like a terrible person. You know what I'm saying?
On the streets. So.
Right, okay. And I don't know anything about you as far as your reputation stuff. I can appreciate the fact that you got disrespected on a level that was just completely uncalled for. Okay, and I can appreciate that someone would keep pushing your buttons and put you in a bad spot to where you felt like you were backed into a corner and you had to do something.
I was backed into a corner when he talked about my kids. The other stuff is irrelevant.
But that part makes sense to me. Okay. And full disclosure, okay, you're not the only person we've talked to, okay?
I know that.
Okay. There may be other people sitting in other interview rooms that I've had the pleasure of meeting and speaking to for a period of, 3 hours, okay? Which also kind of brings us to why we're talking to you, okay? On the surface, you make the most sense. And hear me out when I say that, because you were the one that was disrespected, okay? This was thrown in your face. You were forced to relive it over and over and over again as he reached out to you and threatened you.
If someone tells you something, be honest with you up front, how do you relive it? Like I told him, she had already told me this.
But that wasn't good enough.
Why wasn't it?
Because he kept going.
No.
He kept pushing it.
And I left the phone sitting there.
But he kept going and he kept getting a rise out of you. He kept getting a rise out of you. And between you and me and Detective Weitzel, Smoke, I mean, what he did was wrong and was uncalled for. And I'm not going to say he deserved to be shot, but if somebody would have stepped up and handled his business and jacked his jaw or whatever, I could understand that. The issue I got is right now is this man who didn't have a damn thing to do with anything except for he hung out
with
Smoke, who's, I mean, and somebody is a piece of trash. I mean, the guy ain't worth nothing. Okay, and if it would have been him, the situation may have been totally different to a whole bunch of people. But people have come forward because this man, people cared about this man and still care about him.
I've talked to a lot of people.
And what I'm saying is the difference is, so we got a situation, and just follow me here, is if you go up to some place, and let's say I intend to shoot you, but I shoot him, that's a different story, okay?
Yes,
In the eyes of the law, it's a different story, because my intent was to shoot this man, not this man. You know what I'm saying? In talking to people, I don't believe for 1 second that anyone intended to kill this man.
No,
Okay? I don't believe that you intended to kill this man.
No, I don't know that dude.
The detective just handed him the cleanest exit ramp possible. Transferred intent. Meaning, if Heath meant to shoot Smoke but hit Tyrone Blocker instead, legally, that's still murder. And what does Heath do with this lifeline? He agrees Tyrone was innocent. He agrees the wrong man died. He just won't admit he pulled the trigger. Meanwhile, eyewitnesses in Brooker described a black truck matching his vehicle fleeing the scene. Community members came forward specifically because they cared about Tyrone. Heath's version has no allies. The street knows what happened.
Smoke.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Seen him on Facebook.
Okay. I want you to recognize this for what it is, okay? We are in here. We are just some men talking about a whole bunch of stuff, okay? A whole bunch of stuff. And I've been very impressed with your character, the fact that you were willing to come in here and speak with us. But I'm going to be very frank with you when I tell you that right now, your story doesn't hold water, okay? It doesn't make sense. And when we compare it to other people's story who was also there, and witnesses and so on and so forth, people are on the same sheet of music, okay? Self-preservation is a very powerful tool. People will tell us anything and everything to try to keep themselves out of trouble, and I understand that, okay? But you mean to tell me you want me to walk out of here and you want me to believe that Jasmine had everything to do with this?
I never said that. You did.
Okay, but if you remove yourself from the equation, all that remains is Jasmine. Well, that's not all that remains. I think we can agree that number 2 got a little mixed up in it as well. We'll read, since I'm in the business of narrating, I hate to subject you to this because I do hate reading this because it makes me pretty emotional and it kind of pisses me off, so bear with me. Dear Mama, where are you? Please come back. We miss you. Are you hurt? Has your phone died? What about Big D and Miss Jasmine? Where are they? Are they hurt? By the way, we were with Nani. We have clothes and stuff, but you'll be right here. I'm not going to say the name of the child that read that because I wrote that. Mama is okay. Part 2, Mama's okay, but thank God I still want to talk to her. Still nothing from Big D, who I'm assuming is you, or Miss Jasmine, but I hope they are okay. Even though Mama got a new phone, I can ask Nani if I can get it. I miss you a lot, Mama. I remember when you tried to protect us from all the gunshots. Me and another child locked in the trunk. And after that day, you guys were gone. Please come back. We need you, all of us. I remember when you said for us to stay strong. I don't think I can any longer. Part 3, we need you from the top of my head to the bottom of my heart. Why did this have to happen? I was not ready for you to leave. I'm too young to lose you. Please, please, please come back. We all know it was wrong for y'all to bring us. If anything happens, we are praying. But all we ask for is you to come back. Just please come back. That's all we ask.
That letter from the child just broke something in me. Those kids were in a trunk during the shooting. They heard everything. And now they're writing letters asking Mama to come back, while Doug sits there watching the detective read it out loud. He doesn't flinch, doesn't apologize, doesn't offer a single word of comfort. Tyrone Blocker's family held vigils in Brooker to honor his memory. This man's own children are traumatized and begging for answers, and he's still calculating his next deflection. Emotions drove him to pull that trigger. They're nowhere to be found now that accountability showed up.
So you can imagine how that drug someone else into the fold, someone else who happens to be sitting in another interview room right now and that we've talked to. So we can keep doing the awkward dance that we're doing and we've been doing. And look, I've tried to provide every explanation that doesn't involve you, but it all comes back to your truck, your phone, your description, your all this stuff. You're there.
Okay, well, sir, if that's what you believe, we have to deal with this in court. I told you what I was doing, and what always happens. That's all I do.
Let me ask you this.
I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to be charged for this, but that's what you're telling me.
Let me ask you this. Do you want other people to tell your story, or you want to be able to tell your story?
I don't have a story. I told you.
No, I mean, when I say story, I'm talking about your account of the incident. I'm talking about when we often run into this. Somebody's like, I don't want to whatever, and they tell us this and all the other stuff. And then other people are given the opportunity to talk, and they say some stuff. And they say stuff that doesn't paint you in a flattering light. And I've already told you, there's the three, your relationship is complicated for a multitude of reasons. You know, one, you got two girls that it's hard to keep up with in the first place. When stuff like this starts happening, there ain't a whole lot you can really do to keep it from spiraling out of control. We got a host of evidence. Like, it's not just your car up there. We know that. That silver Kia that you talk about, whatever, it's up there too, and we know it. And it's no bull. I mean, so now, what you want us to believe is
you said you have pictures. Show me a picture of me.
Of
me.
Listen, everybody wants a picture of them.
No, I'm just saying. You said you had pictures. I mean, you show me videos. Show me.
What I'm saying is,
this young man died, and I feel real bad about that.
And you should. I feel bad about it.
Yeah, I'm a father, but
what am I supposed to tell his kids?
I don't know what to tell his kids, sir.
Well, I mean, he lost his wife.
And some bull.
And some bull. I mean, that's one thing, but that don't bring Daddy back.
Yes, sir.
And so, what do you think is going to get those kids through? Knowing that we got to that, knowing that we got to the bottom of it, or
yes.
So, right now, I can say your truck's there. I can say Martisha's car is there. You're telling me you're sleeping. A reasonable person would be like, well, if you're sleeping, even though an eyewitness gives your account or gives a description that's much more similar to you than Martisha or Jasmine, but I'm supposed to believe that now the two of them did this? I mean, did you not listen to that? I mean, this is a kid who was there.
But they always ask about Big D because Big D's not always around.
But they're there. All the gunshots locked in the trunk. Oh, I said the name.
I know the two kids' names that you guys know that day.
I was trying not to. Okay. Am I supposed to believe that a child just came up with that out of the blue?
I didn't say they were lying. Did I? You ever heard me say, well, that's not true? I just said they asked about Big D all the time.
But I mean, that is eerily similar to witness accounts of two vehicles, surveillance footage of two vehicles, license plate readers of two vehicles back to back. I mean, the worst thing that could happen for you is all this stuff, because the phone stuff, you kind of, explain, oh, it could have been in the truck and all the other stuff. But do you really think that's going to hold water with a jury? A jury's going to be like, oh, this guy, he lost his truck, he lost his cell phone and all the other stuff. And he matches the description provided by a witness. I mean, I guess at this point, the only thing I would ask of you is are you ready to go down, or do you want to drag everybody down with you? Because that's kind of what it's, I mean, an outside observer, it's like, are you just going to take down the whole ship with you? I mean, is Martisha's kids going to be without a mom?
He just asked Doug what he's supposed to tell Tyrone's kids. And Doug's answer? I don't know what to tell these kids, sir. That's the closest thing to honesty we've gotten all day. He genuinely has no idea what to say, because he never thought about them. Not once. Tyrone Blocker spent his life working extra shifts across Florida so his 5 children would have everything they needed. Doug Heath spent one night making sure they grow up without a father. And now he sits there asking if he can just go home.
Is Jasmine and your kids going to be without a mom? Because that's basically what you're saying. You're going completely scorched earth. Like, we're all going down with this right now. That's from where you sit. That is exactly the way you're everything. Whereas, not that I'm asking you to own up to something you didn't do, but if you had more involvement than they had, which on the surface appears that might be the case, now's the time to get out ahead of it, not when you're talking about hide my day in court and all the other stuff, because guess what? That means everybody's getting drug in there, everybody's getting charged with the same thing. We're all sitting there for however long, whatever, and all these kids are without mamas because you had an opportunity right here, right now, and you didn't take it. You didn't recognize it for what it was. You didn't get out ahead of it. You didn't show that, oh man, I completely up. Some guy got shot that we had no intention of shooting, and here we are. Because this was all I need from you right now is the fact that you didn't want to kill this guy.
Lawyer.
Okay.
Because that's where it's going.
Fair enough. Okay, that's what everybody wants to say. I mean, you're willing to drag 2 mothers down with you, and your answer is lawyer. That's.
I told you what I told you. I told you where I was. You don't believe me. I can't make you believe me.
You can't make me believe you because it's not true, and you know it's not true because all the evidence points to that's not the case.
Yes, sir.
Sit right there. You're not going anywhere.
Yes, sir. I know.
I thought you were more of a man than that.
I gave you everything as a man, sir. You asked me to tell you something I can't tell you. I'm sorry to say about that.
Well, when your day comes in court, I hope you tell Mr. Blocker's kids the same thing.
Okay. There it is. There they go. Get us out of here. Or not. You need anything else? Water or anything?
Yeah, water juice.
No?
Yeah, water juice, one.
Lawyer. That's the word. That's his final answer. The detective just laid it out plain. You have an opportunity right here, right now to get ahead of this, to show some humanity, to acknowledge that an innocent man is dead because of what you did. And Doug Heath's response to all of it is one word: lawyer. Look, I've watched a lot of interrogations. I've seen guilty people cry. I've seen guilty people confess. I've seen guilty people sit in silence because they genuinely don't know what to say. But this is something else. This is a man who just heard that he's about to drag 2 mothers into a murder charge with him, and his only concern is legal strategy. Not the children, not Jasmine's kids, not his own. Just lawyer. The detective even tried one last appeal to his pride. I thought you were more of a man than that. And Doug's response? I gave you everything as a man, sir. No, you didn't, Doug. You gave excuses. You gave misdirection. You gave a parade of contradictions about phones and trucks and Percocet and mysterious women with code names. What you never gave was the truth. And then the detective says the only thing left to say. When your day comes in court, I hope you tell Mr. Blocker's kids the same thing. That's not a threat. That's a prophecy. Because one day, Doug Heath will stand in a courtroom, and somewhere in that room will be Tyrone Blocker's 5 children. Grown now, changed forever. And they will watch the man who took their father try to explain why he deserves mercy when he showed their dad none. Tyrone Blocker was 44 years old. He worked multiple jobs across Florida to make sure his kids had what they needed. He wasn't involved in whatever jealousy-fueled vendetta Doug Heath was running that night in Brooker. He was just there. Wrong place, wrong time. Wrong truck passing through while Doug was hunting for someone else entirely. The community in Brooker hasn't forgotten him. They've held vigils, peace marches. They've spoken his name when Doug Heath refused to. And that matters. Because when the system moves slowly, and it always moves slowly, it's the community that carries the memory forward. Doug thought he could no-comment his way out of consequences. He thought if he just said lawyer enough times, the evidence would somehow rearrange itself. But phone records don't lie. Vehicle tracking doesn't lie. Witnesses who saw a black pickup truck fleeing the scene don't lie. The only person lying in that interrogation room was the one asking to go home. This case isn't over. The trial is ongoing, and the defense is still fighting to suppress evidence. But what we watched today? That footage tells you everything you need to know about who Doug Heath is. A man who would rather watch 2 women go down for murder than admit what he did. A man who heard a child's letter begging for their mother and felt nothing. A man who killed a stranger and asked if he could leave. Tyrone Blocker deserved better than to be a case number. His children deserved better than to grow up without him. And when this trial concludes, I hope the verdict reflects what everyone in Brooker already knows. If you want to see what happens when someone else thinks they've gotten away with murder, thinks their story is airtight and the evidence won't catch up, I covered a case recently where a husband was absolutely convinced he'd outsmarted everyone after his wife died. He hadn't. That one's worth your time. But for now, we remember Tyrone Blocker, father, provider, the man who should have come home that night.